Hola, Kinaleta, aka Mahadi Selepe, the girl that calls 4 countries home. Welcome to my channel. I love you for being here. Thank you guys. So today I want us to talk about doing you, sis. Yeah, I've done this sort of video before, and to be honest, I'm doing these videos for me because I struggle to do me. I am sort of like a person who is addicted to approval. That's me naturally, okay? Over the years, I have learned to not care what people think to an extent, okay? Sometimes it's important to honestly do not care what people think, okay? As long as you are happy, your family is happy, your life is happy, you're happy. So, story time. I don't think I will be long unless I remember something else that is related to this story. Okay, so now after our firstborn, I remember there was this lady that I looked up to. I will not mention too many details. She advised me not to have another child, to go back to study, find work and stuff, be independent financially, don't have any children until you finish your studies, finish. Amazing advice, right? It was an amazing advice that, look, you know how women always advise you, or we advise each other that, look, you need to have your own account that your husband doesn't know about. Save up, girl. Be ready to be independent. If he ever does A, you know that you're sorted. You can just leave his ass. Okay? Now, I was not thinking like that. I have never thought like that. Okay? I've gotten a lot of advices that are like that, but I do not think like that. Okay, maybe it's foolishness on my part. I've always thought transparency. He needs to know. I can't be hiding any money from him. I can't with a clear conscience do that, and apparently it's unwise. Okay, so anyway, she was just advising me, do it. So I thought, yeah, actually, but I did know, because I also have a video here talking about how, I was married at 19. I was in second year uni, and then I was never able to continue. So I then was now it was like, okay, now it's 5 years later. I think we had been married 5 years by now, because our boy was born in our third year of marriage. Yeah, I think he was about 2, and she was like, go study, no children. I said, yes, definitely. Did I not fall pregnant? So I've mentioned also before that none of our children were planned. None of the pregnancies were planned. The time when we were planning for a child, no child came. So none of our pregnancies were planned. There was always it's either the pill not working, it's either there's all sorts of explanations. But anyway, we are married, so we don't owe anybody any explanation. We don't need to explain anything. God gives, you know what I mean? So we've always been happy with our children, and none of them were planned. I got pregnant, and I was quite happy. I told her. She was so angry at me. She got so angry at me, she stopped talking to me. I was so shocked. I didn't realize it was that serious. Like, I'm pregnant with my husband's child. I don't understand. What's the problem? Like, to a point of not talking to me? I mean, advice is advice, right? Advice is not command. I have freedom to take your advice or not to take it, isn't it? And in this case, I had not taken her advice. I didn't know the child was coming. But besides that, had I chosen not to take her advice, why should the friendship end? Because I haven't taken her advice. I don't understand. Yeah. So yeah, this is all I have for you. giving you a short video for a change. But I think a lot of us have that weakness as people to expect people to take our advice. And if they don't, we don't talk to them anymore. We cut them out of our lives. We don't want anything to do with them because they didn't take our advice. I don't know. Were you a friend in the first place? I mean, is your advice the rule? Like, it's, you know what I mean? What if your advice is wrong for them? What if your advice is I don't understand. Like, why? Yeah, but anyway, this is the do you segment, okay? Which, like I said, I'm doing for me. All right? So if it's helpful for you, take that advice, sis. Because honestly, I have lived my life, like I say, like I am naturally an approval addiction person. Like, you know, Joyce Meyer's book, Approval Addiction. Like I have from when I was young, like, I was always trying to please my mom, wanting my mom to be happy with me. And then it was, wanting my friends to always be happy with me. You know, and I always liked people who don't like me. I remember in primary school, I used to be so hurt when the boys I liked didn't like me. But there was always boys who liked me, you know. There were boys who liked me, but I didn't like them. I wanted these ones, but they didn't want me, you know. So I think even with friends, you know, it's like, I wish I could be friends in that group. That friend group looks so cool. But I've always had amazing friends. Like, we've always been so funny, so happy. And I've always had friends who love me for me as I am. But there's always been that thing of wishing to be part of that friendship group there. That's exclusive. You know, but you're not at their level, so they're not going to be friends with you. So I've always, like, been worried about what people think, or, you know, I mean, as a teenager, but I think mostly in primary school, even though I always wondered why people don't like me. Like, it was the rich kids that didn't like me, you know. I was thinking, why don't they like me? I mean, rich kids liked you because you had the latest clothes, you know, it wasn't even about you. And yeah, it's like, it's the same in high school as well, you know. It's like, okay, who are you? What do you wear? How much do you have and stuff? But yeah, I went to a boarding school where there was no such thing. There was no class. I didn't feel there was any class anyway. We were all just the same. I mean, even people who came from the rural, you know, we're friends with people from the city. We were all like family. Then I went to a white school, and even there, I had friends whom I was not at their level at all, but we had a good mix. It was a good mix in our friendship group, but we were all working class kids, and we were all friends. I was in trouble quite a lot in both in primary school and in high school. In primary school, I didn't care because I ran my mouth. That's why I was in trouble. You know, sometimes I would get in physical fights. Sometimes, you know, it hurts people's feelings because someone tells me something, and then I go and tell someone, and then they get hurt. I remember there was a situation where a girl asked a boy out. The boy tells someone close to me. That someone close to me tells me. Okay? Now, the girl who was asking the boy out has a someone close to them that's also close to me. So I tell this person that is close to me. She tells the girl who asked the boy out. The girl who asked the boy out gets so offended. She asked the boy out. It's true. It's not a lie. It's true. But she's so angry because she didn't think the boy would tell anybody about it. She was so angry she wanted to beat me up because I said she asked the boy out. She never did that. That's what she said. So as a result, you know, I saw how I almost put on my close person who had told me, I almost put them in drama. They didn't like drama. I almost put them in drama because I told, you know. And I think that was when I started being, you know, Since then, like, I will die with your secret. I will never tell anyone what you tell me in confidence. Okay. Before then, I could never keep anything. I always wanted to tell someone, you know. So, as a result, I mean, people don't want people someone who can keep secrets. So I was always trying to be this nice person that, so that people can be my friend, the other people. I mean, I always had my own friends, but I wanted even other people to like me, even those people to like me, even those people to like me, even those people to like me. So I'll be doing what I think, what they want, so they can like me. But thanks to being married to someone who couldn't care less what people think, as long as they're happy, I learned to not be always thinking, people need to be happy with my decisions. What will people think? People. So I'm here also to say, let's be good friends. I mean, advice. If you're someone who gets offended when people don't take your advice, sis, bruv, advice is advice, and you need to. What are your intentions of giving someone an advice? Okay, you need to be okay if they don't take it. You need to be okay, because your advice, it's just that, it's advice. Okay. And you can love someone even when they don't take your advice. Otherwise, you didn't love them in the first place. You know what I mean? You can give someone advice. If they don't take it, you can still love them. Even if they make mistakes. You can say, I told you so, if you want to. But you can say that and still love them. Okay? You can't want to take someone out of your life because they didn't take your advice. You are not God. Even God doesn't do that, actually. But only his advice is like ultimate. You are human. You could be wrong. Your advice may be good for you and your life, but not for their life. So be okay if people don't take your advice. But yeah, so yes, guys. So be careful of friends who will ditch you by the furrow if you are not taking their advice. So that was my story time, wisdom nugget, vent, I don't know. But yeah, I just got reminded of this experience that I had. And sadly, I actually lost that pregnancy. If I believed in jujus and things, I would say she targeted me. Yeah. All right, thank you guys for joining me for that light moment. I love you, but remember that God loves you even more, and that is true. Ciao, ciao. Helen, you watched everything. Thank you so much for watching everything. Now don't forget to subscribe and go back to my other videos and scroll and watch everything. There's very good things in here, very good interesting things. You are number one. Now thank you and take care of yourself.